So here's a story from the New York Post. This was published November 17th, 2021. It says nonprofits showing illegals how to get around U.S., get free hotel stays, POL says. I'm not sure what that's a poll. Anyways, a Republican congressman from Texas says nonprofits are creating a national security threat involving illegal immigrants, handing out information packets to migrants that show how to move around the country without identification and put up in hotels for free. This feels like the Underground Railroad, but for the wrong reason. So Representative Lance Gooden told Fox and Friends that he was tipped off about the secretive operation by a whistleblower from San Diego who handed over the kinds of information the groups are giving migrants. Working on the tip, Gooden traveled to California where he found migrants were being housed hotels in the city, including the Four Points by Sheraton, where rates start at $159 a night. I managed to get in the gates. I demanded entry once and was refused. I talked to a guard into letting me in on another occasion, and when I was in there, I saw buses pulling up. Probably about 100 migrants over an hour got off of these buses. Gooden told Fox News on Monday. He said the migrants were welcomed by people with open arms upon arrival and then processed, tested for COVID, and handed the information packets. This packet is what I received from the whistleblower a few weeks ago, Gooden said. And these packets detail how to go to the airport, how to get past TSA without any identification, how to enroll your children in schools, and assimilate in whatever community you desire to go in. That's really, really scary. So you're just basically integrating yourself into society with no one knows who you are. You're not in the system. You have no identification. You are essentially a ghost. You're just here. You can do whatever you want to do because you don't have any identity. And when you commit your crimes, you can run back over across the border. It's very, very scary. So the Republican said he's brought up the packets with the Transportation Security Administration, and the federal agency told him that migrants sometimes show up with very convincing letters and are often allowed to board airplanes before anyone else. That's sickening. That's very sick. My mom works for TSA. That's sickening. So Gooden named the Catholic Charities of San Diego and the Jewish Family Service with carrying out these operations. He showed one of the packets. They should be arrested. This is treason. They should be arrested for helping these people break federal laws. He showed one of the packets to the Just the News that included the travel schedule for a Honduran who entered the U.S. illegally in California and was helped by the San Diego Rapid Response Network. The travel arrangements appeared to have been made by Jewish Family Service, Just the News reported, citing the packet. The state of California, U.S. corporations, and nonprofits and the Biden administration are facilitating human smuggling and child trafficking in our country, Gooden told the media outlet. They are allowing these migrants, many of whom are unknown to U.S. law enforcement agencies, to board commercial aircraft, creating one of the greatest threats to U.S. national security since September 11, 2001. It is time for transparency and accountability for everyone involved in exacerbating this crisis, the congressman said. Biden and Harris have to go. The Democrats are done. I am voting Republican in the next couple of elections. I am now officially a swing voter. I will fucking fly my ass from one party to the other wherever the wind may take me, because this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. You are literally just making our country, my country that my ancestors built, a dumping ground. Anyone named Mama can basically come into America. That's disgusting. And they're not doing enough to stop it. And to make it worse, Biden and Harris are probably behind it. They're probably helping to support this BS because they want those votes. These people disgust me. So the Honduran migrant, who's 46 years old, traveled to Mexico, where the person received a dose of the AstraZeneca coronavirus pandemic a week before crossing into the U.S. through the San Isidro port of entry. Just News reported, citing the documents from Gooden. After processing by a Border Patrol agent, the migrant was put in custody of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and around the same time was put in contact with the Jewish Family Service, which arranged for his travel. The Honduras itinerary included a free room at the Four Points Sheraton and free United Airlines tickets to Louisiana, the person's desired destination. Oh, they just get to pick where they want to go, and off you go. That must be nice. I can't even afford a ticket these days, and you just getting yourself on a plane and wherever you want to head. So a note to the TSA explained that the person had been discharged from an immigration detention center They must report to ICE in 2 weeks. Okay, and TSA has no way of fact checking that. Do better, TSA. They are currently showing you all of their identifications in their possession, which should be adequate for them to be able to be searched in secure flight. Please find them in secure flight and then allow entry if clear, the note said. Secure flight matches passenger information with federal government watch list. Okay, I'm so lost. It's like, so they're not on any kind of list because they couldn't possibly know they were coming. If they are on a list, that means that someone inside of TSA is working with these people. It's an inside job. So the packet also included a copy of the Department of Homeland Security's I-862 form confirming the migrant has been admitted to the U.S. but must appear before an immigration judge in New Orleans for a deportation hearing. Under the Trump administration's Remain in Mexico immigration policy, Just the News pointed out the migrant would have been required to wait out the legal process in Mexico. The White House's attempts to scuttle the policy have been bottled up in the courts. Former Customs and Border Protection Commissioner Mark Morgan reviewed the packet from Gooden and said it confirmed that he's heard from CBP officials that migrants are being released into the U.S. without identification. I repeat, migrants are being released into our country, America, without identification. That is terrifying. You can literally come over here and become whoever you want to be. It's scary, especially for the law-abiding citizens who have to be exactly who we really are. So it's scary and it's unfair. So it says, we know that they're dropping their IDs on the banks in Mexico to come across and say, oh, I don't have any IDs, so it'll make it easier for them to get across, he told the John Solomon Reports podcast. So think about it. We do not know definitively who these individuals are that are actually boarding planes going to every state in this country. If that is not alarming to every American citizen, then I don't know what it is, Morgan said. It's alarming to me. He called the administration's claim that illegal aliens are being vetted a joke. There is no way that aliens from 150 different countries, 1.7 million of them, most of them in the last 10 months, that they've been able to properly vet them to know for sure who these individuals are, Morgan said. Wow, that is so scary. And I kind of have like that idea, like a lot of them, because I did have this friend that was Mexican when I was in the military, and she told me, and I was shocked when I was talking about like how bad they drove, like the Hispanic people were driving, and she was like, because a lot of them don't have driver's licenses because they're illegal, so they don't have any identification, so they can't go get classes and get a valid driver's license. They just get in a car, I guess, and start driving. And oh my gosh, this is crazy. And it's interesting he said there's a number 1.7 million because I just did a story on another article where Mayorkas is trying to be upset because he doesn't want 1.8 million illegal immigrants to be deported. So is that the 1.7 million that you're talking about right here? So here it says the Border Patrol arrested highest level in 35 years. Oh, it's just overwhelming. So illegal immigration into the U.S. is hitting a new record, with arrests made by the Border Patrol during the 2021 fiscal year reaching their highest level since 1986. According to a new report, U.S. Customs and Border Patrol data obtained by the Washington Post reveals how illegal immigration numbers have shot up during President Biden's administration, with some illegal migrants thanking Biden for lifting strict immigration policies implemented under former President Donald Trump. Mexico was the largest single source of illegal immigration during the fiscal year, the data revealed, with the Border Patrol arresting over 608,000 Mexican nationals. This number alone is bigger than the average number of border arrests from 2012 to 2020, which is 540,000. So this is, how do you talk about just this year alone? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is crazy. So this year alone, you have 608,000 more than what you had from 2012 to 2020, which is which is still a lot, but 540,000. 540,000. This is why we have to get the Democrats out of the White House. They're fucking up our country. I'm done. I'm just like, you have to go. You're in there doing whatever you feel like doing, and it's not to the benefit of American citizens, especially not ADOS. So the second biggest source of illegal immigrants was categorized as other and comprised Haitians, Venezuelans, Ecuadorians, Cubans, Brazilians. Those are all Hispanics. Basically, everybody in that group are Hispanic people except the Haitians. And migrants from several other countries, totaling around 367,000 arrests. Yikes. Whew. So the Border Patrol also made about 309,000 arrests of Honduran illegal immigrants, 279,000 Guatemalan nationals, and around 96,000 migrants from El Salvador. In total, the agency made more than 1.3 million arrests of illegal immigrants along the southern border since Biden took office in January. So this has not even been a year. 1.3 million arrests of illegal immigrants along the southern border since Biden took office in January. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely won't be getting my vote come 2024. So the number of border arrests made in fiscal year 2021 over 1.7 million. It's the second highest annual total ever recorded, according to the report. Border Patrol agents saw the largest levels of arrests in July and August when they took over 200,000 migrants into custody. That number was closely followed last month when officials arrested around 192,000 migrants, as CBP data revealed. And they wonder why that group is becoming the majority. It's like, well, you're just pretty much letting an entire country, like another continent of people, come over into our part of. I'm saying, well, like, you know what I mean, like another whole other country. You're basically letting South America come into North America. That's basically what you're doing. You're basically letting all of South America just come out of South America and come into North America. So of course they would become the majority. You're just letting them come over. Just no discretion whatsoever under Biden anyway. Just letting willy-nilly come over. So in 1986, Border Patrol agents made 1.69 million arrests nationwide. CBP data does not specify how many were made along the southern border or elsewhere in the U.S. Out of the 1.7 million detained in fiscal year 2021, 1.66 million were apprehended along the Mexican border alone, per the report. Amid the growing number of arrests along the border, the CBP data did indicate declining seizures in cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine. Across the Mexican border, the Rio Grande Valley sector saw the largest amount of traffic, with around 549,000 apprehensions in the Del Rio sector, followed with 259,000 arrests. In September, Del Rio was slammed with a massive influx of illegal immigrants, many of whom were Haitians, over the span of 1 week, and they made sure to get them back over there. So I hope they're doing that for everybody else too, not just the black immigrants. According to some estimates, the city saw nearly 15,000 migrants camped under the Del Rio International Bridge at one time after they crossed the Rio Grande. Local and state officials pleaded with the administration for assistance, citing a lack of border patrol manpower and security concerns. So they're pleading with the Biden administration. What's the Biden administration doing? A bunch of nothing. The Biden administration has faced backlash since January over its inaction on the border crisis. Yeah, and we have 3 more years with this asshole. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm voting Republican. I just want to get as many Congress people that are Democrats out of there. Like, I'm done. Most recently, the president was slammed after the Post reported plane loads of migrants are being flown secretly into suburban New York. The administration has claimed it is apprehending and deporting as many migrants as it can under Title 42, which is a load of crap. So Title 42 is basically what I talked about in another video, where it was saying something like they're deporting people because of the risk of coronavirus spreading into our country. If people would come over here and they have the coronavirus, and that's just silly. They should just be getting deported because they're not supposed to be over here. You don't need an additional reason. But it says, a September memo from the Department of Homeland Security revealed the government does not have the resources to apprehend every person who has entered the U.S. unlawfully. According to Wednesday's report, 61% of the 1.7 million apprehended have been expelled under Title 42. The deportation of migrants has led to an increase of repeat crossing, with the recidivism rates reaching more than 25% recently. The agency is expected to release a whole fiscal year 2021 data this week, per the report. Wow. And that was published, October 20th, 2021. So we would have to look for that. We'd have to look for that report to get the full numbers. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this story. I'm definitely going to keep my finger on the pulse and keep you guys up to date with what's going on at the border. You can leave comments in the comment section below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.